come on, bro. You know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Got tickets.
Have you heard about the latest news on Lil Baby? There's a lot going on right now, and it is getting everyone's attention. A gang investigator named Marissa Vivivero recently testified in court, and what she said is very serious. She claimed that Lil Baby, whose real name is Dominique Jones, allegedly paid money to have people hurt. This news shocked many people, and it did not take long for Young Thug to speak up. He called Marissa a liar and made sure to tell everyone about what he thought of her testimony. Marissa, who used to be an undercover cop, shared some important details in court. She explained that Lil Baby's group, for PF, had been having problems with another gang called OMF. These two groups were not getting along at all. She went on to say that during a music video shoot Lil Baby did in a certain neighborhood, things turned violent. According to her, some members of 4PF tried to retaliate, and that led to more problems with OMF. The situation became very tense, and wiretaps were used to gather information on the whole situation. But it gets even more serious. Lil Baby's name has now appeared in some official federal documents, linking him to a possible RICO case. This is huge because RICO charges are very serious, and now, the Georgia Public Defender's Council is preparing for a big battle. They are getting ready for a possible indictment against Lil Baby and 4PF. This is not just a small case, this is something much bigger. A journalist from Atlanta named George Cheedy, who is known for being right about these kinds of things, said that the Public Defender's Office is getting ready to handle the case. He has a good track record, so people are taking his words seriously. As things stand, it looks like this investigation is only going to get bigger. Lil Baby is now at the center of this case, and with everything coming out, things are getting more intense. The gang unit in Georgia is getting ready to take action, and many people believe that the city of Atlanta might soon go after Lil Baby and his group, for PF, with everything they have. It is clear that this situation is very serious, and people are watching closely. The pressure on Lil Baby is growing, and there are many questions about what will happen next. It seems like this is far from over, and it could have some serious consequences for Lil Baby and everyone connected to him. The situation surrounding Lil Baby is getting more serious, and now it is catching the attention of big names like Snoop Dogg. After the issues with Young Thug, Lil Baby is now being targeted by the Atlanta DA. Snoop Dogg posted a message on social media, warning rappers in Atlanta to be careful. He said, "First Young Thug, and now Lil Baby being played by that Atlanta DA." This has made things even more tense for Lil Baby and everyone around him. Lil Baby was recently taken to county jail for questioning about the deaths of Jackery Davis and Lamont Freeman. The police are looking into why Lil Baby's label, For Pockets Full, for PF, was involved after the incident. When Lil Baby spoke about what happened, his answers seemed odd. He said that 4PF had to come to an end and admitted that he now understood the consequences of his actions. He explained that he never expected things to turn out this way and would never have made the same choices if he had known how bad the situation would become. He said that if he could go back and change everything, he definitely would. The official police report claims that Lil Baby's actions were connected to the deaths of Jackery and Lamont. According to the police, these deaths were part of a larger gang conflict that started after Lil Baby filmed a music video in May, which resulted in 3 people being injured. During a press conference, the police said that they would work tirelessly to make sure Lil Baby was held responsible for his involvement in the events. They stated, "This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable," referring to Lil Baby and his role in the situation. One of the most tragic parts of this case is the death of Lamont Freeman, a 13-year-old boy. The police say that the gang responsible for Lamont's death planned the attack, and they blame Lil Baby's actions for making the situation even worse. They claim that Lil Baby filmed his music video in a rival gang's area, which sparked the violence. The police suggest that Lil Baby's presence in that location, where tensions were already high, may have led to the deadly consequences. They believe the attack on Lamont was carefully planned by adults in the gang, showing just how deeply involved some of these individuals were in the violence. The police report paints a clear picture of how dangerous the situation became, with children getting caught up in the violence caused by adults. Lamont Freeman's death is particularly upsetting because he was so young, only 13 years old. It serves as a painful reminder of how gang-related violence can affect innocent lives. The authorities are now determined to make sure that those responsible for these tragic deaths are held accountable for their actions. Lil Baby's involvement in this case has shocked many people, especially his fans, who never imagined that he would be linked to such a serious situation. While Lil Baby may have never intended for things to escalate to this point, the police and the public believe that his actions played a significant role in what happened. Whether or not Lil Baby will be charged with any crimes in relation to the deaths of Jackety and Lamont remains to be seen. However, one thing is clear: this case has brought attention to the dangerous world of gang violence and the impact it has on the community. The story also raises questions about how much responsibility artists have for the actions of the people around them, especially when their music and public image are closely linked to street culture. Some people believe that rappers like Lil Baby have a responsibility to be careful about the messages they send through their music and their actions. Others argue that artists should not be held accountable for the actions of those around them, especially if they were not directly involved in the violence.
There's someone named Marissa Viverito. This person was an undercover cop. Now,
as the investigation continues, many people are watching closely to see what will happen next. Lil Baby's future in the music industry may be in jeopardy, depending on how the case unfolds. His fans are hoping for the best, but they're also worried about the potential consequences of his involvement in this case. If Lil Baby is found guilty of any wrongdoing, it could change the way people view him and his career. However, if he is cleared of any charges, it may not erase the damage that has already been done to his reputation. In the end, the deaths of Jackety and Lamont have left a lasting impact on everyone involved, from their families to the people who are caught up in the violence. The case serves as a painful reminder of the dangers of gang-related activity and how it can affect everyone, even those who are not directly involved in the conflict. As the investigation continues, it is clear that the authorities will do everything they can to bring justice to the victims and hold those responsible accountable for their actions. Things got even more intense when it was reported that Lil Baby filmed a music video on a rival gang's turf. A woman saw him filming and shared a video on Facebook, which led to the rival gang showing up with guns. The police believe that Lil Baby's decision to film the video in that area led to the violence. This is one of the reasons why they are blaming him for what happened. The authorities seem to be targeting Lil Baby as an example for other rappers. The news is full of stories about the DA using him to show other artists what will happen if they are involved in gang activity or street violence. The idea is that rappers like Lil Baby are helping gangs by providing them with fame, money, and connections, which is making things worse. After his album, Wham!, was released, Lil Baby shut down his label, 4PF. Many people saw this as a sign that he was trying to distance himself from any legal problems. The album was rushed out, likely because of the legal issues he was facing. The Feuds had already warned the public about his possible involvement in criminal activities in Atlanta, and now things are getting more serious. To make matters even worse, Lil Baby was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. He was taken to the Clark County Detention Center and held on $5,000 bail. This arrest added even more fuel to the growing fire around him. It has been reported that 4PF is now part of the same investigation as Young Thug and YSL, and more charges could be coming in the future. The situation with Lil Baby is only getting more complicated, and it is clear that there is much more to this story than what has already come out. As the investigation continues, the pressure is building on Lil Baby, and this could be just the beginning of a bigger problem. The whole Atlanta rap scene is now under a lot of scrutiny, and it looks like things are going to get even messier before they get better. Things are getting really intense in the Atlanta rap scene, and people are paying close attention. Recently, academics shared some important details about Lil Baby's situation, and it looks like the rapper might be facing serious trouble. The news suggests that Lil Baby could soon be hit with a RICO charge, and his recent arrest seems to be a warning. When the authorities started going after Young Thug and YSL, many people knew it was just a matter of time before they focused on 4PF, Lil Baby's label. According to some reports, the feds were already watching him, and they were waiting for the right moment to act. For those who have noticed, Lil Baby has been keeping a low profile lately. He has not been making a lot of public appearances, and it seems like he has been getting ready for whatever might come next. There was also an earlier incident when Lil Baby got pulled over by the police for having illegal window tints on his car. In the interaction, Lil Baby tried to use his celebrity status to avoid a ticket, but things took a turn. The police ended up arresting him, but thankfully, he had enough money and resources to get bailed out quickly. Meanwhile, things have not been calm between Lil Baby and Ghana. Both Lil Baby and Young Thug have made it clear that they are not happy with Ghana, especially after his decision to cooperate with the authorities. Young Thug tweeted about it, saying "Wham," which many people believe is a reference to Lil Baby's recent album. Thug seemed to want to send a message, saying that it was time to take action against people who are seen as snitches. Lil Baby responded on Instagram, agreeing with Thug, and even suggested they should make a move. The next day, Thug tweeted again, saying, "Ghana stopped acting like we're friends on the internet." I don't know you like that.
So there's this journalist. He's out of Atlanta. Well-reputed journalist. His name is George Cheedy.
This feud has caught the attention of Ghana's brother, who made it clear that he also felt the same way. Later, Young Thug and T.I. were seen together, and Thug posted a video on Instagram, hinting that he had been doing things the right way. It seemed like a subtle message aimed at Ghana, as Thug wanted to show that he had stayed true to his principles. However, some people believe that the plea deal Young Thug received could be part of a plan by the authorities to set him up. Academics pointed out that Thug's deal includes strict conditions that might cause him to fail. For example, he has to stay on probation for 15 years, cannot be in Atlanta, and is not allowed to talk to other members of the gang or co-defendants. He is also not allowed to promote any music that might be related to gang activity. Some of Young Thug's fans think that his release is a win, but others are worried that it might be a trap. They fear that the authorities want Thug to break the rules so they can send him back to prison for 20 years. What makes it worse is that Lil Baby could also be caught up in this mess. It seems like things are only going to get more complicated as time goes on, and the situation is far from over. People might look too closely at everything he says or does, even something as simple as, "We are going to the park to hang out," or "We are going to the club to celebrate." They could see that and think he is still talking about gang activity. It is a tough situation because, even when he is just enjoying his life, others might take it the wrong way. If you have been following the trial, whether you like Young Thug or not, you can tell he has been through a lot. It has been difficult to watch. He gained a lot of weight, and everyone noticed because he was never like that before. We are all glad that Thug got out, but we must be careful and pay attention to how things will play out from here. It is going to be a long journey, and every move he makes will matter.